DR fam? Hope everybody's doing well. Had a really great Thursday. Looking forward to the weekend. Let's do a real quick recap of what happened in DR land today. A little bit of a choppy day. Had to have some patience, like we do every day, but today was really a day you needed some patience. Not sure if it was the whole Tesla thing. Um, they lost what, $25 a share or something today, or whatever the case was. And so it was, we had a lot of movement going on. But anyway, so let's talk about what happened today. Again, we'll make this really quick. But if you look at ES on the left and Q on the right, and what you'll see is we actually ended up on, so ES was pretty straightforward. Let me zoom that in for a second. Okay, let's make sure we can see it. All right, so ES was pretty straightforward. Okay. Um, we had a bunch of movement, then we actually came and we confirmed low on that red candle, right? Now we had a little bit potential of a retrace, but to me that's not a full retrace. To me a retrace is like it goes above the line, all right? So that one went to the line. Not sure if you got picked up there. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Uh, but then you had this move, and then it came back up, and that's, to me, that's the full retrace. And if you look at where we ended up right here on IDR low, and boom, there's your play for the day, right? Really simple. Um, Depending on when you got in, which candle you got in on up here, you had to take a little bit of heat. That's about a couple of points. So your stop loss is up here somewhere. Uh, so that's a couple of points of heat, which is not bad, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. Since I've been trading NQ a lot, um, ES heat means nothing, and I don't mean that in a funny way, but just saying like the heat that you get on ES is like, oh, okay, a couple of points, that's no biggie. NQ is a whole other world, so I don't mean to make light of it. You don't want to take a lot of heat at all, but I'd gladly take 5 points on NQ or ES some days compared to some of the roller coasters you have to go through on NQ. But anyway, so that's the play there. Price comes down. You get your let's see, that's the good. Let's see, 49, probably 13. Uh, Hold on, let's see where that is. Let's go 49.11, and that takes you down to 49.05. So a really nice 6 point move. So there's your 5 points. All right, so real quick again, we do kind of do the same thing. Um, Actually, I think I had the wrong one. I think I used the wrong one on that one. But anyway, you get the idea. Your 5 points are there. All right, so here again, we went up above um, DR low, and then we have a really nice move down here. Look where it gets down to. Comes right down to midnight, and then reverses off of midnight, right at midnight open. So again, you can always use that as a support resistance indicator. But a real nice move here. So, two relatively solid plays, right, to the downside. And then now, then we started going up for the rest of the day. Would definitely not have been playing around here at all, just based off of this movement that we had to the upside. Okay, so that was ES. All right, so we'll look at, let's come out of here, and then we'll zoom in on NQ. NQ won't take long, because NQ had a false day today. Okay, and now if you guys remember my trade from yesterday, from last night, I was in profit last night. Um, we had that trade while we were doing the recap. But what I'll say is NQ got me today on this move right here. All right, and I'll tell you why. But again, this is what I'm expecting, right? So I wasn't playing ES, I was playing NQ this morning, and so kind of same kind of movement. We actually confirmed high. Like ES went right up to the line and then rejected off of it. NQ actually confirmed high here. All right, and then we retraced. Okay, retraced down. Now the move I had was right here on IDR high. All right, and so if you look at it, it was very close to DR high. I should have put my order on DR high for a couple of reasons. Um, so this was me kind of rushing the trade, trying to get in. Again at the office, and two things. One is right before lunchtime, so that's always I always try to at 12 o'clock. I really don't like to trade at 12 o'clock. Like at 12, after the 12 o'clock lunch hours kind of settles in, I might get into a trade, but So I shouldn't have, not say I shouldn't have been, that wasn't my intent. Um, but here, if you notice, we had we had this IDR here, so that's where I got in, went up a little bit, and then boom, came down and took me out. All right, and I was okay with that. I mean, I was still green for the day because of the profit I made last night, so I was okay with it, but still it was frustrating. Um, and then that one informed a bearish fair value gap, and then we never came back to it at all anyway. All right, so I wasn't gonna mess with that, and then we came all the way back down, all the way down, and ended up confirming low. Now this is the move that we had on ES, right? So if you look at it from that perspective, if we hadn't confirmed high, right, we had this move. We went down, it went back up. There's IDR low. That's a move. Now we did not get back to DR here, but we were in this bearish fair value gap, right? Which means when price wants to go down. So if I was playing this and I was trying to play it, I would have put an order down here at the bottom of this fair value gap and let me get picked up going this way. So you see the couple of moves, same moves we had on ES. Just again, because we confirmed high on this one, these would have been false moves, right? Technically, versus being on the on the ES. And so that's why a lot of times I like to have this look, even on my phone it looks crazy that you can see it'll be very small, right, if I'm using my phone. I actually have my tablet today with me, but I should have been looking at it from a perspective of, I just like the NQ, right? I mean, I gotten spoiled on NQ because it moves so fast, and you can make a lot. And so my focus was there, where honestly I could have been focused on ES, especially after that down move, right? And so, it's just one of those things where that's part of the deal. We're not going to win 100% of the time. So positive day, but it's not as positive as it started out last night. But so I didn't take any trades after that loss because again my setup wasn't there anymore. Because again I was sitting watching the NQ. Definitely could have switched over to the ES, but that just wasn't. I was still trying to fight back on the NQ. So anyway, I'm not sure why my screen is doing all that jumping. I don't know if you guys can see that on the recap, but anyway, guys, that's it. Have a great night. Love on your loved ones, because you never know when you won't be able to do it again. So take advantage of each and every opportunity. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you later.